Okay, cutlass is all sharpened, or best I can do. I'm gonna bring it to a guy tomorrow, see if he can do a better job, but it should do for what we need to do, which is next. Okay, so we got, is that all the coconut water, Sid? Okay, so it hasn't been real rainy, so there's not a whole lot of coconut water out of all those coconuts, but at least some. Oh, and we trimmed the bougainvillea, so Sid got some flowers to put inside, because the upper one on that upper deck was just out of control. Now, I don't know if it's going to work, but the other thing I did this morning was, remember how the ceiling in the other car was all saggy and floppy? Well, I said, well, I brought back a stapler, you know, just a, and I sprayed some adhesive that's supposed to work. The problem is the foam up there is so deteriorated between the lining and above that I wasn't sure it was going to stick. So what I did was I sprayed all the adhesive up there, got that all soaked. And then, just as a sort of precaution, I went and put some staples in it, and hopefully it dries and stays, and I don't know. Because I tried it just with the staples, that didn't work. So then I moved to trying both of them. We'll see. So I'm not sure I told you, but I had some coffee from when we were in New England that I roasted. And I didn't want to throw it away. It wasn't like the most spectacular of coffees, but still. So I ended up getting this cold press, which if you see inside there is like the filter. And you just put the coffee in, then add the water, let it sit for like 24 hours, and that makes the cold press. Well, we were looking, or Sid was looking in the refrigerator for something in a plastic container that we had brought, and lo and behold, there's the beans at the bottom of the container. And I mean, I knew I had packed those beans, but I couldn't figure out where on earth those beans had gone from. You know, from New England to here, they disappeared. So it didn't really disappear. It was that they were packed at the bottom of a plastic container, and we didn't see them till just now. So that's what we'll use for cold press, and there's some other beans I've got that we'll use for cold press. And that cold press coffee, you know, takes any bitterness, makes it really mild. I'm not sure if this particular bean, which is roasted very light, is going to be great, but we'll see tomorrow. This is going to be a time lapse of roasting coffee. This is a coffee bean from Costa Rica, and I did it before, and I'm going to try roasting it a little bit lighter this time. See how they start out as green? Okay, so the beans that went in that color, 5 minutes later, come out this color. Now this is a lighter roast, and I keep track of what I lose. So 4.5 ounces went in, and of course they lose their moisture in the roasting process. So 3.88 came out. So I keep track of all of these little variables. Now this will sit for till tomorrow, and then I'll test it to see how it tastes, what are, you know, aromas, everything else. And so I can figure out which way to roast what bean makes the best coffee. So this is the little book I have. It's got every one that I roast. And so I have heat, fan speeds, when I change the heats, because changing the heat is one of the variables at various times, when it changes, when first crack is, so that way I can judge where I want to roast that coffee to. Do I want to bring it up to second crack? Do I want to bring it past second crack? How much past second crack? There's a lot of variables in coffee that you probably don't realize. I never realized, but there are.
Hello, that's Michael. No, that's not Michael. Well, water's coming up. Still rough.
You're on the wrong side.
I'm on the wrong side because I don't want to get salted. See how even on this side we're getting a little salt on the windshield. Sid and I are going for a beach walk, and I'm trying to figure out this, you know, people have been telling me that the, when you're driving like this, and this happens to be the Osmo. That happened to be somebody I know. Anyway, that the trees are blurry and stuff. So this is the Osmo. We'll try the iPhone on the way back and see if that's any different. But they both seem to be doing it, so I don't really understand what's going on. Really? Swimming? It's a lot chilly for swimming. This is the iPhone 10. So the other thing is, this is at slower speed. So I don't know if the trees are still blurry
I don't know if it's stabilization. I don't know if it's the windshield. I really don't know what the situation is.